Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Moto Mengy. Today I'm riding during a solar eclipse. This is April, oh, I don't even know what the date is. I don't know. It's the date of the solar eclipse going across North America. I'll put the date down below. I don't know what day it is. No, it's Monday. It's Monday in April, I know that. I think it's April 8th, I think. I'm not certain, but I think it's what it is. It's 2:55 in the afternoon on Monday, April 8th. We'll just say April 8th. And this is the day that the solar eclipse moves across North America. So I thought, I'm old enough to have seen many eclipses in my life. I've seen several eclipses, lunar eclipses where the moon goes across the front of the sun. But I've never seen one from the seat of a motorcycle before. I've never been riding the bike, any of my motorcycles, during a solar eclipse. So I figured today, why not be on the back of the bike riding while the eclipse happens, you know? Now here in southeast Pennsylvania, we're not near what's known the path of totality, meaning we won't be in the full shadow of the moon when it goes over the sun. Here in Pennsylvania, you have to be out near Erie and Ohio border for that. It's raining. It wasn't supposed to rain today. That brings up another point. If I point the 1X2 up north, or up above, straight up, you'll see that it's extremely cloudy and overcast right now. So there's no way to see the solar eclipse happening today because there's just too many clouds. And now it's raining. So the chance of actually seeing the eclipse today from here in Pennsylvania, from southeast Pennsylvania, is nil. It's not going to happen. But it should get dark out as the eclipse happens. The eclipse is happening right now. The moon is moving across the front of the sun, but you can't tell yet. It still just looks cloudy and overcast right now. It's 2:57 in the afternoon. The time of totality, they call it, the time of the real eclipse happening here in Pennsylvania is 3:23 this afternoon. For this part of Pennsylvania, it will get the darkest at 3:23 in the afternoon. So we have like almost 25 minutes yet until it gets the darkest it's going to get. So I thought it'd be kind of neat to ride and film a motovlog as it gets darker outside, then as it gets brighter afterwards. Now originally I wanted to film the eclipse with the 1X2, my 360-degree camera. I was going to point the 1X2 up at the sun while I'm riding and record the eclipse happening. But due to this cloud cover, that's not really an option. I'm not going to see crap. So hopefully, you know, maybe in the next 25 minutes, if the clouds break a bit and the sun pops out, I'll have the 1X2 rolling so I can catch the eclipse. But I don't think that's likely to happen given how overcast it is and how it's drizzling now. It's actually raining. Now one problem I'm going to have is my 360-degree camera, the Insta360 1X2. One of its biggest weaknesses is it's not great in low light situations. So as it does get darker outside, I'm going to start getting fuzzier and fuzzier in this camera when it points back at me. In fact, it's probably dark enough now that it's actually not filming very clearly. This 1X2 doesn't have great picture clarity on cloudy days, on really overcast days like this. So as it gets darker, I'll make it fuzzier, but I'll try to clean it up in DaVinci Resolve when I edit this, using sharpness and stuff. But if the picture quality degrades looking back at me as this motovlog goes on, that's the reason why. As darkness spills across the land, the 1X2 gets worse and worse. So I'll just ride around. I'm going over towards Kutztown area because there's a lot of wide open farmers fields there. So I'll be able to, there's a lot of tree cover here where I am now around Fleetwood. But I'm going to go over towards Kutztown where I can ride out in the open. So I'll be able to have a better view of the eclipse, if I can see it at all through the clouds. But just a better view of the darkness, you know, happening. Now there's a chance, I mean, I don't know, we're pretty far from Erie. I'm not sure how dark it's going to get here in the Kutztown, Pennsylvania area. I'm hoping it gets fairly dark so it's a cool contrast between what it is now, but I really don't know. So this video might be a bit of a nothing burger. This might be a terrible idea. My motovlog during Eclipse might be pretty silly in the end, but I'm gonna film it all the same just to see how it goes. I figure it's a cool idea. I've never been on the bike during an eclipse, so that's probably the last time I'll get the chance to ride motorcycle during a solar eclipse too, during a lunar eclipse. I guess I don't know if it's called a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse because the moon is blocking the front of the sun. We'll just call it an eclipse. Now all this traffic I'm seeing here is probably the DECA crowd leaving DECA. There's a big battery making business here in Fleetwood, Pennsylvania called DECA. And they employ a lot of people, but when they have their shift changes, the DECA crowd leaves or goes to start their shift there at DECA. And traffic around here can get really, really busy and crazy. Because a lot of the DECA people drive like NASCAR drivers. It's just a thing. I don't know if they're in a hurry to get out of work or in a hurry to get home, or for the ones going to start their shift, are they in a hurry to get to work? I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely a thing here that during DECA shift changes, driving around this area gets pretty crazy. Using the Sky Map app on my phone, I can tell that the sun and the moon are right there. But yeah, we can't see crap because the clouds are covering all of it. But looking at the app, you can see the sun, you can see the moon partially obscuring the sun right now. It's beginning to cover it. Time is 3:15, so like 8 minutes or so until it's at its fullest coverage. Yeah, just clouds. All right, the time is 3:17 right now. And you can see it is getting darker outside. It's only like 5 minutes until full coverage of the moon over the sun. I'm not sure how much darker it's going to get in 5 minutes, to be honest. I just looked at my star map app on my phone to see where the sun and the moon are, and the moon's already covering it about a quarter of a way. Seeing how we're so far off the path of totality, we're so far from Erie, Pennsylvania, that I'm not sure how much the moon will cover the sun. So it might not get much darker than this. We'll see though. the next few minutes. It definitely is darkening, but given how overcast the sky is today, it just kind of looks overcast. I'm not sure it looks like it's an eclipse or not, you know? I think the sun's just blocked by clouds today, is how it looks to me. But it's a little darker than usual. You can see here in Kutztown, the back of the quarry, but you know, south of Kutztown. They're really digging it up good right now. They started that about a year ago. Really are going to town on it. 3:20 in the afternoon. That means we have about 3 minutes until total darkness, or the time of maximum darkness here in Berks County, Pennsylvania. 3:21. 2 minutes to go till the point of maximum darkness. This is probably about as good as it's gonna get. Maybe I'll pull over here somewhere quick and check my star map app to see just how much of the sun the moon is covering. Just out of curiosity. Here, I'll pull over here. All right, let's check the phone quick. Also, I'm not sure if my clock on the Goldwing is correct. 3:22 actually. Okay. So 1 minute till the point of maximum darkness. Let's see where the sun is. It should be over here somewhere. Right there. So yeah. It's just barely, it's only covering like not even half the sun. And I don't think the next minute it's going to get much further than that, so that's about as good as it'll get. So this here is about the point of maximum darkness in the Kutztown area of Pennsylvania for Eclipse Day 2024. Well, it is dark, but it's not that big a deal really. I mean, given how thick the cloud cover is, yeah, it just looks overcast to me. I think it's even pretty bright down that way. It's dark there, but that's just because of the clouds. Because the sun is actually right there, so. Oh well. It was a cool idea for a motovlog. Maybe I'll ride around and I'll turn the cameras on in about 10 minutes when it gets brighter out just to contrast it. Just to contrast it. Contrast? Contrast. Nah, whatever. Grammar. Alright, so it's now about 10 minutes past the time of maximum darkness. And it's getting brighter out now, you can tell. So it did get semi-dark at 3:23, the time of totality here in Berks County, Pennsylvania, but it really didn't get very dark. But at least I tried, you know. I didn't know what to expect this far from Erie, Pennsylvania. I gave it a shot though. I thought it'd be a cool idea for a motovlog, even though it didn't really work out very spectacularly. Wasn't that interesting? This is the first time I've ever ridden the motorcycle during an eclipse, so there's that. Man, this road's bumpy. Dear Lord. Even on the Goldwing. Well, on that note, I'm going to turn this video off because it's done. It's ran its course. So leave any comments down below if you want to say anything or ask any questions. Or tell me where you were during the eclipse this year in April of 2024. Well, on that note, thanks for watching. Thanks for riding along. Hope you had fun during the eclipse. Hope you got to see it, as opposed to just seeing clouds here in Pennsylvania. Hey, there's a clear patch way out there in the sky. That's the wrong direction though. Ah well. Thanks, Mother Nature. Well done. So you can see the sun's out pretty good now. See it peeking out from behind the clouds. There's still clouds over the sun, but I guess with the moon not obscuring it so much. But it's definitely brighter out now, that's for sure. It's a lot brighter. There's shadows across the roads and stuff, and it feels more like an afternoon than it does an evening. See you next time, ride safe.